social etiquette. It's the unspoken rules that dictate what we do and don't do when interacting with other people that we like or don't like. But are they founded and grounded in the right places? Let us be the judge and share it with you. Welcome to Good Mythical More.
But first, we're going to donate $1,000 to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. St. Jude works to advance cures and means of prevention for pediatric catastrophic diseases through research and treatment. And families never receive a bill from St. Jude because all a family should worry about is helping their child live. So please join us in giving to a wonderful organization. We've been there, we checked out the facilities.
Memphis.
It's awesome. stjude.org.
Thank you for being your mythical best. Stevie, you gonna hit us with some social etiquette?
Oh boy, am I. How about this one? Always let your waiter come to you. Never yell or wave your hand at a waiter while dining. Make their job easier by being patient or politely get their attention when they pass by.
Okay, well, you said that's two different things.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things.
How long has the waiter been gone? And what do you need?
Well, first of all, I've never waited tables. So,
Have you ever said, garçon? Because that's typically my go-to.
But for the first part, there have been a few times when I've gotten out of my seat in order to get someone.
Tappy?
But it was like, I didn't have to tappy, but I had to tracky, downy.
Is that when you had the check, you needed the check and you're ready to go and you had some place to be? I got a movie to catch.
Yeah, if it was like, or if we ask for something that goes with something, that the person is then waiting to eat it until they get that thing, but then the person's never come back. There's certain crucial moments where time is of the essence.
Like a burger without a bun?
But I don't want, right, but I
Where's the bun?
I don't want to give the impression that I just get up and go after wait staff. I don't do that.
I would say 97 to 99% of the time, I'll just do the, excuse me, when they're passing by and just hope that they will. There may have been a handful of times. I try really, really hard to not be difficult to a waiter.
Right, because you just given your size, you're already difficult.
I'm already intimidating.
It's like, where are we gonna put this thing?
And so I just
put it in the corner.
Like I think I probably fall into the majority of people when, even if you don't like something and you get asked the question, how is it? You say, oh, it's great. It's
right.
Great, good. Because it's just like, why am I gonna tell you? What's that gonna happen? What's gonna happen then? I'm gonna tell you I don't like it. You're gonna tell the chef. The chef's gonna just hock a loogie, spit right in it, bring out something else. Nobody wins.
I hope that doesn't really happen, but yeah, I don't like pushing people's buttons who are waiting on you. But Stevie, you said something that seemed like in conflict there. You said, don't try to get their attention, but then if you're gonna get their attention, do it subtly. It's like, well,
it says specifically, never yell or wave your hand.
Never wave your hand.
I've done the waving enough.
But
you gotta wave. I mean, wave your hand.
Politely get their attention when they pass by.
And if they're somewhere else and they're not coming towards you, then that's when I throw up the hand. I'll throw up the hand.
How about a double clap?
No clap. I think there are times when you can throw up the hand, but it's the look on your face that really matters.
Don't look mad.
So I think we need to move that bar.
Look eager.
You can raise your hand, but don't raise it
above your head.
Don't raise your elbow above your ear. Your elbow has to stay below your ear. You can't do this.
Also, I will say...
And your face has to be congenial.
Congenial.
And apologetic almost, like...
Sorry about this, but you forgot my bun.
There's a real art to being a waiter because if you think about you go out for brunch.
I know you go out for brunch.
Okay. You want to hang out. You want to you order drinks, food. You want to let them know you're going to continue. You're going to continue to order drinks, so the bill's going to be worth their while.
Big.
You want them to cater to you, but also leave you alone at the same time. So it's a lot. You're asking a lot of somebody. So I feel like you should be as polite as you possibly can.
Dance, yeah.
But I think I agree with you.
But a lifting of the hand,
a tiny little wave with an excuse me, type of thing.
Apologetic face, elbow below the ear.
So we disagree with this hard and fast rule of never raising your hand.
Yeah. Right. Carney said that he has a hack. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. So I used to wait tables for a long time, many years, and something that saved like 10 minutes is when you're ready to go. As long as you don't feel like there's gonna be any big mistakes, just hand the waiter your card when they pass by. You know what I mean? Do you ever do that? And then you don't, because
So you don't have to see the bill. You're saying, I
if you
bet
wait for
you're.
the bill, it's gonna be another 10 minutes before they come back, pick up your credit
Right.
card, run it again. Just hand them your card. It saves you 10 minutes.
But then you're trusting that the bill is correct.
You have. That's the one thing you have to trust that it's correct. And
Right.
I've never had a problem with that.
But have you noticed one of the things
I like.
that's
So
happened?
that's not insulting.
Now, as a waiter, I would appreciate that. It saves the waiter time. As
Waiter,
well.
waiter time, yeah.
Here's my card.
One
Just-
less trip. Have you noticed in a few restaurants, and I thought this was going to be more widespread,
You talking about? Okay.
post world situation,
Yeah.
but they give you like a QR code on the thing, and you just pay with your phone. Like that's so.
Yeah. Why hasn't that
Like, why
stuck
isn't that,
around?
like, the
That's
thing that
already started
everybody
to
should
go
be
away.
doing? Like it happened
Well,
like
if
at
you're
2
in
restaurants.
virtually anywhere other than the U.S., I believe. Well, mostly if you're in the UK, they do that whole like come to the table, stick your card in.
I think it's a. I
But
think it's
this
a
is
law.
just like
they can't
dropping
take your
off
card.
the check, and then it's just like, oh, pay with this thing, and you don't have to download an app. You
Yeah,
just take the
I did that
picture and
once
then
as
blah, blah,
well.
blah, blah. I was like,
I
this
like
is
that.
it, man. This is the future. I was like, gone are the days of the whole credit card thing, and then all of a sudden, the credit card thing came back.
I wonder if that's like to give them assurances that you've actually paid when you leave. Because with the QR code, how do they know that you actually paid?
They also have those like kiosks, kiosk things that they sit on tables now.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
European
so you
thing
can
where
pay-
you can
yeah,
just do it.
Pay at the table, and they'll know with that if you paid. But like the QR code, I think that's probably why it went back. It's like somebody wasn't fully comfortable with it.
Well, I think it was also people like, I don't know how to do this.
Well, yeah.
Why did you do this to me? You know.
What do you mean? You know, I go to brunch. Like, what is that supposed to mean?
know.
We know.
I would
We
just
know you
say-
go to
you
brunch.
go to brunch.
I would
You can
just
hear
say
it in
that,
your
like,
voice.
you just kind of have a brunch vibe.
Yeah. There's a judginess that goes with it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a
Stevie
jet.
loves hot water. Loves going
Stevie
brunch.
loves
and she
having her
loves
hot
McDonald's
water.
fries.
Where'd my hot water go, by the way? It's gone.
Stevie's favorite brunch beverage is hot water.
Hot brunch water.
Always cough or sneeze into your elbow. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. This is. I mean, this is for me.
What
this is-
about the color?
That's acceptable. I think it's included. But I think we're talking, is it this much better than this? And I think that, yes. And this is, again, past 24 months or so, I think most people have kind of upgraded to the elbow. Now, I have a tendency to go right under the elbow.
Oh, really? Just right under it?
But it's really not about stopping the sneeze. It's about stopping the idea of the sneeze. And I think I still accomplish that. Because I sneeze out of my mouth.
I go really deep in there, like in that crevice. I just
So you sneeze.
Motorboat it.
You sneeze out of your mouth. But does most of the
I
pressure come?
totally, yeah. Sneeze out
Because
of
I'm
my
afraid I'm going to hurt myself if I sneeze out of my nose.
Oh, you should see
Achoo.
me at brunch when I sneeze out of my mouth into my hot water.
Right into the hot water. The thing is that in my body thinks it sneezes out of its nose, but my mind knows that I sneeze out of my mouth. And so my body goes like this to hide the nose, but then my mouth just lets it go. I really need to talk to my body and get my mouth and my body to line up.
Right. You might have to double bow it.
What's that guy doing? Hugging himself or blocking his sneeze?
That's an easy one. We spent too much time on it.
Yes.
It's legit.
Always handwrite thank you notes. They took the time to send the gift. Take the time to show you care.
This needs to die. This
yeah,
is
that's-
just
that's not-
this is holding on
That's
by
not
a
the
thread.
world we live in.
It's like just say.
I think it's gift dependent. And I also think it's relationship dependent.
I thought it was event dependent. There's only certain things where it's implied that you give thank you notes, and birthdays are not one of them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like you got like a bridal shower or a baby shower, anything that where there's an event with invitations. I think it's invitations plus gifts equals thank you notes.
Yeah, I guess so. But if you're invited to a birthday party, well, I guess not a lot of people send invites for a birthday party. But I agree with you. I just wouldn't, I don't know. I feel like birthdays, I mean, you say thank you, of course. That's the thing. If you don't say thank you, you're a jerk. But do you need to write
Tell
a
my kids
handwritten
that.
thank you note? I think it's event and gift specific and relationship specific.
I don't think.
What do you mean relationship expensive?
Well, sometimes
whatever
people
word.
write handwritten notes and it's really, really appreciated. And you're like, that is so freaking nice. I want to thank you for your thank you note. That is so thoughtful.
But then you fall into an endless thank you loop.
Oh, you don't
And
do it, but
I've
you,
seen
you
people
feel
just
thankful.
completely just die in a thank you loop.
I agree that there are people who have the gift of giving a thank you note, but they're not thanking for a gift. They just have the gift of thanking people regardless, just for like the relationship or for an action or something. But that's a different thing.
I just think the expectation of the thank you note is something that we should do away with. But forever and for always, writing a thank you note will be something that is extremely meaningful. And the less we do it on the reg, the more meaningful it becomes. So reserve the right to really have an impact. Basically what I'm saying is send the thank you notes to the people you like and just forget the rest of them.
I think, here's another rule, I'll put this out there.
Yeah, add it.
What if it's less about, if it's an event with an invitation, if you got a card and you brought a gift, then you should receive a card as kind of like an acknowledgement. Maybe instead of that, it's about, well, crap, I lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Give me a second.
You'll get it back.
Oh, you're thanking people
Yep.
who you weren't able to thank at the event. Like at a wedding, you don't open your presents at the wedding, you open them later.
Yeah.
So you need to acknowledge that you got it and you know that they gave it to you. I think that's a good reason to give a thank you note. An acknowledgement. Hey, I actually got that thing. Thanks.
Wouldn't you say, though, that if someone sent you like a nice little text that said, hey, thank you so much for
Just as good.
coming. Yeah, exactly.
Well, 90,
Even a wedding.
95% is good. Because
I'll
you
take
could.
it.
I think it's, I mean, I don't even read stuff I get in the mail anymore.
Yeah, but what if it's an automatic, like it's a text? Thank you so much for the wonderful wedding gift, and you know that went out to like a list.
You don't, you can't.
It should be like, thank you so much for the set of crystal we will never use. Will sit in the top drawer.
Yeah, it has to be specific.
Before we hear the next
Oh,
one.
yeah. Wow. Do I have you on the edge of your seat?
Sorry.
Because,
Hey, you know what? Hey, Stevie, take a brunch break. Drink some hot water.
Stevie, you want a unicorn dreaming? I think you'd love it.
You know what? We recently went on trips to different places. Big Sur and Florida Keys, to be specific, and we're gonna talk all about those trips on our podcast, Ear Biscuits.
Yes.
So head on over there to wherever you head to when you want to listen to a podcast, because Ear Biscuits is bound to be there.
always wait until everyone has been served to start eating.
Well, I do not practice what I preach if I were to preach that.
It's hard for you.
Yeah,
You specifically.
My whole family, like we are, everyone except my wife is very bad about immediately beginning to eat when you set something in front of them. So I can't, I have no ground to stand on, so I can't even pontificate about this.
Actually, let me ask you this. I mean, you do prepare meals for your family occasionally.
Quite a bit.
Well, don't toot your own horn.
I quite a bit do that. Sometimes even a brunch.
I was going to ask you a question. I didn't want you to just brag.
Well, my specialty is hot water. Stevie hasn't taken me up on my invite though.
How do you
wrote
feel
you that thank you
if
note
you're like
for that hot
making,
water.
if you're frying up your signature chicken sandwiches and you're bringing them to the table and then you go away to get the sides that you've prepared and then you come back and a few people are eating.
No impact on me.
If it's an organized table where everybody's at a seat, which you also have a seat, so it's not floating, it's not buffet.
I have this exact same situation in my recent memory bank.
So you didn't hurt your feelings.
No, I was happy to see they were eating, but then I was like, how is it? Probably shouldn't do that as the person who made it.
I see what you're getting at, Link, because to me, it's less is everyone else going to start eating and more how gracious, I don't want to say how grateful they are for the food, because that seems like a little heavy-handed, but like you spend time making a meal,
Acknowledging that
Exactly.
somebody worked hard to make it.
Exactly.
And they're also going to eat with you. I mean,
I'm not saying I disagree. I actually believe that the proper and respectful thing to do is to wait to eat. I'm just saying I don't wait to eat, and I don't mind when other people don't wait to eat.
I'm
but I
saying there's
do
an
agree that it is more
in-between.
respectful.
No, I'm saying that you don't have to go all the way, because I think the part that you're trying to imply is that, well, first of all, we're considering a situation where it's like at home eating. It could also be that you're like out at a restaurant and you get your dish.
restaurant
This is a
thing.
great one because it's like somebody's flounder isn't coming.
Yeah, but if
Why
you're
did you
at
get the
home-
flounder?
they have to say, guys, go ahead and eat without me. They need to say that. That's
Yeah.
my line.
But if you're at home,
Guys,
all I
I'm
was
sorry.
saying is you just need to acknowledge the person who spent time making the meal.
I see that your food isn't here
I
yet,
really
but-
appreciate this, and thank you, is my opinion. But also, you could, if I'm with my parents, I wait. If I'm with
Because
Cassie,
it's their rule.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, it's all about how formal it is. I remember one time Christy didn't make anything, but we had ordered chicken, and we had fried chicken on the table.
I've heard this story.
And it's when Britton lived with us too, but like he had just started living with us. And like I put the chicken on the table, and then everybody grabbed their piece of chicken and started eating. And then Christy sat down at the table late because she was getting some stuff ready, maybe a side or something. And she was like, "You guys, there's not a chicken breast left. There's not." I was like, "Well, there's chicken left." It's like there's no chicken breast. Like you guys took all the.
Listen,
you guys took it.
when
it's
you're
like,
a breast person,
I'm the one pulling everything together.
and I'm not really a breast person, but I am a breast person when it comes to chicken. And if you eat all the breasts, and I didn't get, I totally appreciate how mad she got about this.
I wouldn't say she got that mad, but Britton was like, "Should I live here?" It was great. It was like, hey, we speak our mind at this table, and we don't eat until everybody's at the table. That was a rule. You got to learn the laws of the land.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I think we need to reinstitute prayer before the meal. To get the Red Link plushies, join Third Degree quarterly or annual by December 31st. Visit mythicalsociety.com for details.